Good morning, Nico. How are you? Good morning, Ollie. Nico was first. So Nico's been first twice this week. Tomorrow's a big day, Ollie. Chen, good morning. Good morning, Emmett. Good morning, Lena. Good morning, Everett. Good morning, Dia. Good morning, Aiden. You guys are early, which is good. I have put the notes page in there, and also you should have received an email. You might want to be checking your email a little bit. Okay. Good morning, Zoe. Good morning, Haniel. Good to see you. It's good to see everybody. Good morning, Ezra. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning, Will. Good morning, Ella. Haniel, do you see that question for you there from Dia? And Will and Haniel, if you guys want your pictures in the slideshow, you want to send that to Dia. You can even send me a picture, and I'll get it to Dia. If you can take a selfie, or you have a favorite picture, just send it to me, and I will get that to Dia. So then you can be in the slideshow, the 8th grade slideshow. Good morning, Russell. Okay, it's 8:59. We'll wait a couple more minutes for other folks, and then we'll get going. Good morning, Somerset. Good morning, Alara. Okay, I put another reminder in the chat for everybody. Good morning, Aiden. Sorry, good morning, Avery. Good morning, Shay. Good morning, Sammy. All right, it's 9:01. Let's get started. So we're going to go over some reminders, and then we're going to go over something called the final 5 to the finish. Good morning, Lex. So some reminders. We have our lit circles this morning for Group C and Group D. Group C is at 9:30. Group D is at 9:45. Try and jump on there as soon as you can. According to your start time, and we'll have short discussion about Odysseus and his relationships. Those were very good yesterday. So first reminder is that Lit Circle C and Lit Circle Group D are happening today. C is at 9:30, D is at 9:45, and you should have received a email about that. We have a social meet at 11:30, and if folks want to show up and just hang out and chat, that's fine. We probably will end up talking a little bit about current events again. We had a good discussion about current events, and even since Monday, obviously more things have happened. If you want to talk about those, you can show up at 11:30 for our social meet. Good morning, Rowan. These are two new reminders. These came out from Main Street Middle School. Good morning, Colden. Two important dates that you need to think about. On June 10th, which is the day before 8th graders graduate, it's the second to last day of school. From 10 o'clock to 2 p.m., 7th and 8th graders can go to Main Street Middle School, and you can pick up a bag with all of the possessions that were in your locker, okay? So on June 10th, from 10 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you can go to Main Street Middle School. They've bagged your materials in your lockers, and they put your names on them, or I think they put the locker numbers on them, and they're putting those out on the front lawn, and you can swing by and collect those. And if you can't remember your locker number, it's not a big deal. There'll be somebody there with a master list. Also, that day, you want to bring anything that you have from school. So if you borrowed a Team Dynamix book, it's labeled Team Dynamix, you want to turn that in. If you have library books, you want to turn those in. If you borrowed games, or if you borrowed other material from school, you want to turn that in. If you had a shared locker, I'm assuming that the bag with the locker number is going to be the bag that the locker number that was assigned to that person. Good morning, Cooper. So if Joe was assigned locker 1 and Andy shared that locker with him, and there's a bag, locker number 1 on the front lawn, I'm assuming that's going to be Joe. They're going to assume everything in there is Joe's, and the Joe is going to have to figure out what needs to get to Andy. All right. So that's a little bit confusing situation, but the locker number, the material is going to go to whoever was registered with that locker number. Okay. Ezra, let me know if that answers your question. All right. And then the other date, obviously, is on the 11th. We have our graduation. And Team Dynamix, I think, is at 2 o'clock to 2:45. At 2 o'clock to 2:45, and I will see you folks there for that graduation. All right. So June 10th, Wednesday, is pick up your belongings, drop off anything that you have from the school. June 11th is our last day of school. It's our last day of school, and I'm going to, there's the graduation. Now, a couple things. We have a team meeting today, myself and Mr. Humpke and Mr. Gross, and we're going to decide when our last whole team meeting is. I'm hoping that our last whole team meeting will be on June 10th at 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll have our team meeting. We'll give out our awards, and then that'll be it for the day, and you guys can swing by and pick up your materials and drop off your materials. The next day, which is the 11th, I'm going to try and have a live stream at 9 o'clock. That would be the last live stream of the year. I'm going to try and do that. And then we'll have graduation. And for seventh graders, that last day, the 11th, once we have the live stream, that'll be the last day for you to catch up and submit any of your learning material. Friday, June 12th is when you're going to drop off your Chromebooks, okay? So Friday, June 12th, you're going to drop off your Chromebooks, and there's two places you can do that. You can do that at Montpelier High School parking lot between 7 and 2 p.m., or you can do it at the Roxbury Village School from 11 to 1, okay? So just to review, on Wednesday, June 10th, that's when you come and pick up all your stuff. Wednesday is also when we're hoping to have our last full team meeting. You pick up your stuff in the afternoon, drop anything off you've borrowed. June 11th, hopefully we'll have a live stream, and then we're going to have graduation. And then on Friday, that's when you guys drop off your Chromebooks, either at the high school or at Roxbury Village School. Lex Lake, you're focused, right? So those are the reminders for today, okay? Now, if you read your email, I have something called a final 5 to the finish. As I've been telling folks, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And we're pretty close to the finish for this school year. And I'm calling it the final 5 to the finish line, okay? Those 5 things are the last learning opportunities for the year. And those are the things that you need to focus on from now until right up until, June 10th, next week, next Wednesday. Learning opportunity number 1. Okay, hold on. I have a question, so just give me 1 second here. The Chromebook drop-off. Good morning, Cadence. Che, if you have a Chromebook from school, if you borrowed a Chromebook from school and took that home, you need to drop that off at Montpelier High School next Friday, June 12th, from 7 in the morning till 2 p.m. Okay? If you did not borrow a Chromebook, you do not have to worry about it. And Che, the other thing Dia wants to know if you want your picture in the slideshow. And if you do, you have to send me a picture or send Dia a picture, okay? And Che, it says you left your Chromebook in school, so you don't have to worry about it. You're all set, okay? Are there any other questions about the reminders before I keep going? Okay. All right, so here we go. Here's your final 5 to the finish. This is in your email, and from this point forward, there's no additional work. Okay, Russell, yes, the dates and times are in your email. From this point forward, there is no additional work. So if you decide that you want to finish all of your work, like between now and this Friday, that's fine, okay? But these are the things that you need to check off the box in order to say, I'm done, all right? Learning opportunity number 1 is you need to create a learning schedule and set 2 learning goals for the week. That was due this morning, and that was assigned on Monday. That's number 1, a schedule and 2 goals for the week. Number 2, you need to make sure that the URL in the spreadsheet for your final project is your final project, right? So if you've gone through and you've edited it and you've looked at my comments, you've revised it, and now you're ready to say it's final, you're done. So your final project, that's number 2, okay? Number 3, you need to finish listening to the Odyssey. And there's a response to literature in Google Classroom that you need to complete. You need to write a short paragraph explaining why Odysseus is a hero, or maybe why not. And you need to use 3 examples from the text. That's not due until next Tuesday. So these are in order, okay? Number 4, there's a Dynamix Humanities online exit survey, also in Google Classroom. It's linked in your email, and I'm asking you to complete that and give me feedback on both our in-person learning and our online learning, okay? Opportunity number 5 is you need to post your learning certificates on your PLP. And I'm starting to go through and look at your evidence pages and make sure that you've done that. Okay, so these are the final 5 learning opportunities to get you to the finish line. They are not going to change. Your sketch notes. If you turn in your sketch notes, you will get an additional learning certificate. I'm also going to put those into a slideshow and use those as examples. Okay, so sketch notes are above and beyond. Your illustrated study guide is above and beyond. You can submit those to me. There's 5 things that you guys need to do to get to the finish line. Okay, number one, learning schedule and goals. Number 2, your final projects. Number 3, your Odyssey response to literature. Number 4, an exit survey. And number 5, all your certificates on the evidence page of your PLP. If you do those 5, you've reached the finish line. Okay? You've reached the finish line. So I have some questions here. If you've edited your final project and it's submitted, you're done. You're done that. Now you need to work through the other 4 learning opportunities. Okay? The exit survey is for all students. The exit survey is for all students. Okay? Question, are you going to give grades? No, I am not going to give grades. This is just an effort thing. And when you look at PowerSchool and you see those folks who have submitted all their work, you can make some inferences about them, including that they've been very organized, they've been motivated, and they've been self-directed. Okay, but it's kind of not fair to give grades when I can't see you on a daily basis and we can't interact and I can't support you more fully in your questions. Okay, so giving grades at this time seems to be a little bit unfair. And the most important thing for me right now is that you've continued to progress and that I've been able to give you feedback and that you've been able to stay organized and stay motivated. And I can tell you right now by looking at the attendance for the live stream, you know, folks have done a good job with this. Okay, so real quick, just remember that final 5 to the finish. Does anybody have questions? Does anybody have questions right now about anything I've covered this morning? Russell, I did get your email. That's fine. Okay. So I'm moving. I've decided to move games. We're gonna do games on Friday. We'll relax on Friday and do games. I'm most concerned about giving you humanities work time, and you have until 9:55 to continue working on your final 5. And just a quick note, I'm hoping that all these final 5 are finished by next Wednesday, which gives you roughly about 5 hours of humanities time to finish those 5 tasks. 5 hours should be plenty of time. You should have plenty of time to finish your work. Okay. The survey is in the email. It's also in Google Classroom. Okay. I don't see other questions. So I'm going to let you go and get to work. Please don't forget that at 9:30, Literacy Group C is meeting. At 9:45, Literacy Group D. That will definitely help you with your response to literature. And don't also forget that 11:30, we have a social meet. And if you want to just drop in and say hello, that would be great. Okay? Thank you very much. Yes, it is linked. And Chen, go to Google Classroom and check and send me an email if you don't get it. I hope everybody has a great day. If I don't see you at a Lit Circle or the social meet, I will see you again tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. Thank you for all that you're doing, and let's have a strong finish. Okay? Take care, everybody.